Christensen, and I'm working on a movie called Outcast. Well, I play a character who, when we first meet him, is leading a group of warriors into battle, a group of religious crusaders into this big siege on this Moorish town. He's a warrior. He's a little bloodthirsty, caught up in the emotions of war. And when we first meet him, that's when we also establish his relationship with Ghislaine, played by Nicolas Cage. Is very much a mentor to my character, become very disillusioned with the war and all the killing, is pretty much at the point where he's ready to denounce the whole thing altogether. And so Ghislaine decides that he's had enough and he's going to go east. My character going east presumably to find Ghislaine, and it's a journey of self-redemption.
Nick Cage's character has seen what he believes Hayden Christensen's character has done, and it's something that he's actually aboard with, and he's left the Crusades believing that there's nothing left to be done for Hayden, who's now obsessed with the Crusades and the religious aspect of it. And Hayden fairly quickly realizes that Nick Cage was right in his sort of opinion of what was going on, and he follows after trying to sort of make amends.
海登是一个很帅的演员，金球奖提名嘛，所以我觉得就是很不容易，对年轻演员来讲能够这么全面。
Well, initially I started preparing by just sort of letting myself go, but there was a lot of time spent with the dialect coach 4 weeks before we started filming to work with the stunt choreographers and do a lot of the sword training. So there was a lot of physical preparation before we started, because it was a very physically demanding role. Sets that were made on this movie were incredible. They were super impressive. You know, I've worked on big films before where they've made some impressive sets, but never have I been on a movie where they've actually constructed an entire village, which was pretty spectacular, especially to get to work in that environment where you're completely immersed. The real thing, you know, was great for me. I mean, my perception of ancient China before I started working on this film was pretty limited. You know, I knew it was very, very old, older than most places, and that it was a place that was very sort of steeped in ritual. And so I loved Bruce Lee. He was one of my favorites. I had a pair of nunchucks when I was a kid. I used to swing around all the time, but he would have been one of my all-time favorite